freewheeling cavalcade of circular motion, thus defined by the octagon table of double-wide mental introspection, and dedicated utilitarian outward thinking in defense of zero content. Translation: we ain't got nothing.
Oh, hey folks, dude here. Coming out again, another iteration of Dude After Dark. This one, of course, being a little bit belated than my usual start time because, well, I was trying to do stupid stuff last blanking second, and that really tends to be annoying sometimes. Read like I was trying to crank out a bit of spaghetti. So basically, that's what one on that one, and completely on all of that there. It was really annoying trying to slap everything together, do like some incidental, oh no, I need to's last second type of stuff before stores close. Read like, sometimes pet stores and cat food can be really annoying, even though the pet store is only like, not too far away. But then try to get home and do a dinner cook and have everything ready and waiting in anticipation of diving into it later gets busy. It gets busy. Anyway, so looking at news type of stuff that we're looking at, this whole, Iran, Israel, basically campus type stuff. I really don't want to get into terribly much, but let's just say I could quote Ripley from Aliens, 1985. Very, very eloquently. I can simply place it as this. I say we just lift off and nuke the entire place, nuke the entire facility from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Anybody that comes onto a campus and immediately goes, "Thor's hammer, we're for Hamas," you have no place in this society. And if you love Hamas so much, perhaps you should probably go to one of the places where they're very popular and see how you do. I can tell you for a fact, you in your screaming Memeites type of, nomenclature of, oh, we're so in their side because, the Nazi Israelis. You know what? This is what happens when people don't know history and they are betrothed upon the fact that they are going to get this elevated education from some snarky little college puke that really has a political axe to grind rather than simply just teaching how things are. Let's just say I have very fond thoughts of doing some very, very evil stuff to those people. And while I will not act upon it, it definitely gives me aid and comfort to think about these things as I'm looking upon these scenes on college campi. If anybody really, truly wants to step up to me and say something along the lines of Hamas is great, the Jews are bad, I'm just going to floor them right then and there. I'm simply just going to break fingers, shattering it on their jaw, put them on the ground hard. Because while I'm Jewish, I'm not that Jewish. I'm Jewish enough to be greatly offended by it, and I will treat them accordingly. So anybody that wants to step up to me and say Hamas is great, we're going to go toe to toe, mano a mano, and you're not going to like what happens next. Trust me on that one. Just give me 1 second here. Yeah, it's like the classic. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it in the future. Way entirely too many stupid people don't know modern history. Martinez Sasquatch, but do I own a BMW? No, I have never owned a BMW. And there's a couple good joke lines that people have for what actually BMW stands for, which in German is actually BMW. You know, it actually means bust my wad, bring more wampum. There's a whole bunch of joke names for it, and I could say expressly if there was any BMW I would own, it would be a 740, either 740 or 740 IL, which has a fairly reliable 240 horse V8 in it, and will do a $120, $130 all day long in the Autobahn without breaking a sweat. That is the car I would have. Because after that, BMW's quality just went precipitously. It just went just off the cliff, and it can be said that pretty much it just went. Not sound guy. No, it's a little bit more than just splat. It can definitely be said that their quality control just went. And anytime you talk about owning a BMW, it's just going to be, oh, how bad's the price? Okay, yes, it's definitely very expensive. I don't know if it's actually bull meow, but it's you go in there when you're doing repairs at the dealership or the stealership, as it were, and you're exchanging parts that hopefully fix the problem. But the technology involved, man, they're over engineered so damn bad that really, truly, you stick parts in there and you're just hoping it's fixed.
But I pooped from there.
Oh, most definitely. You are dealing with what's with the ricochet sound guy? I don't know what the ricochet is. Okay, I don't get that. Okay. Okay. You're gonna be struck upside the head. It's gonna be a ringing endorsement for you just going out and just imbibing upon adult beverages to assuage your butt hurt, I guess it is. Oh, I guess okay, that's acquiescence that yes, I actually I decoded him correctly. Okay. Anyway, so dealing with anything BMW. Patriot Fever in the room. Appreciate you coming by. And of course, I also have Martinez Sasquatch. Let's see. A known love bike. R. Williams had a joke about cops in the South. Okay, yeah. Well, you're talking the BMW motorcycles themselves. They're pretty solid rides. I mean, they actually do really, really well. The cars, not so much. They're kind of really over-engineered, overly technologied, and they got problems, man. Really. I mean, essentially what most people do is they lease the BMW. They don't keep the BMW. Let's see. Patriot Fever. Hang on a second. I jumped out there. Let's see here. Hang on a second. More about raw crushing power of the Steiger 585 quad track Case IH tractor and a cool 600,000. Oh, that's the one that has like the 4 tractor treads on it. Yeah, those things are cool. And actually, they're not that slow. They actually move out pretty good. So you can put them on the road, and yes, you're still putting along at like, 25, 30 miles an hour, something like that. But from transiting from farm to farm, they're not farting along at like 10 miles an hour. Volkswagen has a German beer that is repair. Oh, yeah. Volkswagen has German beer in the repair waiting room. I'm all for that. Not in the United States. No, the United States, the best you're going to get is coffee and vending machines, and that's pretty much about it. But Volkswagen on its own, it's most of the German brands, it really seem to be hitting like a technological war going, oh, no, they're going to be making EVs. EVs will be the wave of the future. And then they realize they really don't do so good. And they're like, well, they'll be making other vehicles besides the EVs. We've been making other cars. Yeah, they'll be making other cars for the American market that are probably going to be, I would say if Volkswagen in Germany and all those guys really wanted to engineer something good, all they really have to do is take a nod from, of all places, India. And there's a company there called Mahindra. I know, obviously, Patriot Fever knows that name because it's their tractors, but they tried to make an inroad in the United States selling a smaller pickup truck. Roughly is about the size of like the smaller, Toyota Tacomas before they went too damn big. So probably like about, early 2000s era Toyota Tacoma size pickup truck, maybe a little bit smaller than that. But what they were hybrid diesels. So essentially what it was like a Prius powertrain with a small diesel engine using adjunct of electric motor and electric batteries to give it extra zip when it needs. But when it's just putting along, it's just ticking along on the diesel and getting like seriously great gas mileage. Now, the thing about it is Mahindra being like an Indian guy, he's not stupid. He's not going to go, okay, I'm going to throw tons of cash at this. I'm going to try inroads in the United States. And of course, the big three were like majorly threatened, and they're like, oh no, we can't allow this upstart Indian guy to bring this technology in here that's going to make us look bad. So essentially, they talked to their friends in the federal government. The federal government made it such a pain in the ass that Mahendra was like, you know what? We got the rest of the world to sell to. We don't need to worry about what is it, like 6 to 10% of the world population in the United States. Not even 7%, I think it is. We don't have to worry about 7% of the United States being, our sole major sales aspect because we can sell them to the rest of Europe. We're still attached to, China, Russia, all those places. And we simply just have to put the stuff on a train and truck it over. We don't have to go across the ocean to sell it to the United States or Australia or any of the Pan Asian areas or Indonesia and all those northern areas. Any of the island nations, if they really truly want to get our stuff, they'll buy our stuff. So essentially, Mahendra was just like, you know what? Too much of a pain in the dick. I'm not doing it. I'm out. I'm buying. I'm tapping out. I'm not playing this game anymore with these guys. Finished. Apu sound guy, help me out here. Bull meow. Bull meow. Sound guy, no. I don't know if he has bull meow. Okay, he has sound guy. No. That's not what we were talking about. Okay, we were talking about that one. We're talking about that hit. Okay, well, he's gonna have to work on that one. Okay, so the bull S hit. Yeah, he'll have to work on that one. So anyway, in the process, him cutting, chopping, censoring, and
thing sucks.
Whatever, sound guy. Anyway, so looking at things as it is, sound guy now has to get down and wrong. Get down, sound guy. Wrong. That's not the kind of Sure. Okay, I think he's held off for a little while, and she was female or something, or I don't know. Stop that, okay? Stop. Anyway, complete total distraction on his part. Scrolly. I am about completely, totally, absolutely and I got a secondary story I'm going to get into, and my total disgust right now of any elected officials and way things might have happened. So on this one from Yahoo.com, the Senate dismisses 2 articles of impeachment against Alejandro Mayorkas. Why? Because that's the way they work. They give aid and cover for their guys. So the only thing I can say about this one, both houses, you see Johnson playing his games. Of course, Chuck U. Schumer playing all his games. Enough. Vote them all out. They do not serve us, and they do not protect and defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic, which was the oath that they swore to take that office in service to the public of these United States. All out. All out. This one coming here from truthpress.com. This one I think is absolutely illustrative, hilarious, and, well, emblematic of the way things are right now. Pretty much everybody is sick to death of elected officials from either side of the aisle. So like I say, truthpress.com, voters shock CNN when they reveal who they're voting for after saying Trump is unfit for office. This is funny. So CNN correspondent Gary Tuchman recently spoke with voters in Roberts County, Texas, where he discovered that voters agree with that argument. And by the end of the day, those same voters admitted they still support Trump over President Joe Biden on Election Day. Voter Case Swart described Trump's moral character as, quote unquote, terrible, something that, quote, can't get much lower than it is, end quote. Quote, he continues to make crazy comments about being a dictator first day and repercussions against people he felt have wronged him. Swart continued, but to Zuckman's surprise, neither Trump's moral character nor the possibility of being criminally convicted will deter Swart and her husband Ron for voting for Trump. Quote, I don't think he's fit, but I'm voting for him, Kay Swart said. Ron, moreover, agreed that Trump most definitely possesses poor ethics and morals, but in his view, anything is better than Biden. Okay, so let me just decode this for just 1 second here. Excuse me 1 second. I got Tiggy juice that's still hot, so I will be swigging it. Decoding this thusly. The news media has so bespoiled the character of Donald John Trump that the everyman thinks he's just, morally blah, 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 and all the rest of this stuff. But they see Joe as even worse. And that is with the absolute best press offered by the news media, giving aid and cover every time possible. So also there's this other double-edged sword that the media is not counting on. Is the mere fact that their credibility is crap. And it's been crap, and people are seeing it for what it is. Why? Oh, mostly because, hang on a second, sound guy, I got this one. I will dig this one up my own self. Mostly because these guys were known to be liars about the known to be complete and total liars about the Chinese cough. Chi-Com Flui. I mean, there's a whole bunch of joke names about it, and we don't have to worry about
Fact check.
No, we don't, because there is no more
Fact check.
Okay, sound guy, I think we got it here, okay? So anyway, they know for a fact that these screaming memeites. Okay, thanks, sound guy. Okay, sure. So the screaming memeites in the news media are now seen as completely discredited, not credible, and mostly all the lies they had about the made everybody go, you know what? We don't trust you anymore. You guys are a bunch of lying bleepers. Okay. All right, I don't know where you're going with that one, sound guy, but sure. They're a bunch of lying bleepers. Appreciate you coming by, dude. M asked me, when am I dropping by Vegas? No time soon, dude. I gotta basically work my ass off to try to stash some cash because vacation time will be, a week or so of not doing any work, and of course my bank account will probably cry. And so I don't know when I'm coming by Vegas, dude. Appreciate the offer and all the rest of the good stuff like that there, but it will be sometime, I guess. I don't gamble, man. I mean, I'm gonna be hitting buffets if anything. So anyway, way, shape, and form on that one. Let's see what else we got. So basically, they just don't like them.